Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for always tuning in, and please, if you've not subscribed to my channel, please don't forget to hit the subscription button. And if after watching the video you've been entertained, informed, and you've enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. If you also have a comment or a question, please put in the comment section. And so some days ago I was going through my diary and I saw a form that was given to me by the doctor then to do a particular test after I had miscarriage in 2017, I think between July and August. And I thought I should share this experience on my channel to encourage someone that has been through it or that is going through it, that will still go through it. And the purpose of this video is to let people that find themselves in this situation know that someone like us, we've been through it, and we came out successfully, and to also let you know that a miscarriage is not the end of life. And I'm going to be sharing with you how I was able, to go through this process, through this period that I had my own miscarriage, and even still I was able to have a healthy pregnancy a few months after. This happened to me, after over a year that I've been trying to conceive, and the first time I was going to test positive, that was the time I had lost the pregnancy. So you should know how devastating that would have been then. But things happen in life that is beyond our control, and sometimes you just have to trust God for the best and keep trying and don't give up. And so as I said, after I had been trying over a year and it wasn't happening, and so I just noticed that period that it happened to me, I noticed that I was bleeding, but I actually thought it was my normal menstrual cycle, but I realized that this was beyond the normal one, and this looks a little bit different from what I used to experience. And so I called, because during that time I had a fertility specialist that was seeing and monitoring me and the like. So I called him and informed him what was happening to me at that point, and he said I should try to test if it was pregnancy or not. But at first I was like, could this be pregnancy or something else? And because I'd never tested positive ever in my life until that time I had the bleeding and the spotting. And so people, as I tried to dip the pregnancy strip in the urine, after a while I saw a very, very faint line. It was the first time in my life that I would ever test positive. It was a mixed feeling, because I wasn't sure if this pregnancy is still intact or if it's a miscarriage. And so I was excited, and at the same time I was also not excited, because I wasn't sure the state I was then. And so I called my doctor and I told him that I saw a faint line, and it was like I should see him the following day. So I did the test on a Saturday and the Sunday, and the following day was Sunday. And so after service on Sunday, I and my husband, we drove down to his office, and lo and behold, I lost it. And it's funny that I'd even lost this pregnancy before I knew I was pregnant. I didn't even know I was pregnant at all. Even for the spotting and the likes, I wouldn't have known it was a miscarriage. And so I want to say that whether it is, if you lose a pregnancy in the first trimester, second trimester, or third trimester, a loss is a loss. Whether big, there is no big loss or a small loss. A loss is a loss. You go through the same emotion when you lose a pregnancy or when you have a miscarriage. But as I've said earlier, that you have a miscarriage doesn't mean you will still be able, to have a healthy pregnancy and even have a successful, delivery and all. So, thank God for the husband I had, because, all through the period, it was very difficult for me, very, very difficult I never cried. Funny enough, I never cried. But I wasn't happy. I felt, I had this negative emotion, and I have a husband, that kept encouraging me, and he said something that, Temi, if you could even conceive in the first place, that means there is hope that you'll still be able to conceive again. And that got to me, and I held on to it. I'm like, if I can even test positive after several trials of trying to conceive, definitely I will still go on and have a healthy pregnancy. So this won't be a showstopper at all. And I was able to brace myself up, and I was encouraged. Though I had days I wasn't happy, and no, it's normal when you lose something. It's normal to have those negative emotions. You won't be happy, and feeling of loss and the likes. But to the glory of God, I was able to go through it, and few months after, it eventually happened, and I conceived. But I want to say that it's important that you need to see, a doctor if maybe you've been trying and you've not been conceiving, because that means something is not hard enough. If you've been doing the normal thing, you should conceive. You've been trying to conceive and you've been doing the normal thing, it's expected that you conceive according to the law of nature. But if it's not happening, that means number one, something is wrong that needs to be corrected. And so you need to see a fertility specialist. As I said in one of my videos, maybe I'm going to put the link here, that when you're trying to conceive, it's not every doctor. You don't, well, maybe initially you need to see the general doctor that will refer you to a gynecologist or a fertility specialist. So in the process of trying to conceive, it is not, you don't see a general doctor when you are trying to conceive. You need to see a fertility specialist. I said that in that video. I'm going to put a link as I've said. So it's important that you have a fertility specialist that is monitoring you, that you are seeing from time to time, helping you to go through this period. And so if you've been having miscarriage repeatedly, maybe one or two, or consecutively, it's been happening like almost like a trend, then something is wrong that needs to be corrected. Because sometimes when you have a miscarriage, it happens that your body is able to dispel the remnants on its own successfully, and even totally, like everything is those the remnants of the miscarriage, they leave your body on their own. And in some situations you need maybe to do like an evacuation, or you need to take a pill, and whatever it is that needs to be done. So it's very important that you need to see a doctor that will do a scan for you, maybe like a scan, and they will determine, they'll be able to know whether you don't have any remnants left in your body, because it could be dangerous to the body, or they will need to to do some procedures or whatever that needs to be done to just get it out of your body. But in my own situation, to the glory of God, I was lucky that there was no remnant in my body. My body was able to dispel all totally, and I didn't have to go take any pill or use any drug. But it was after I did a scan, because after I went to see my doctor the following day that I tested positive, I was able to do a scan, and the scan revealed I don't need to do any other procedure, because the whole thing had gone out of my body, and so there was no need to do any other thing. And also, your doctor will be able to tell you if you still need to wait, to allow your body to recuperate or recover before trying to conceive again, or maybe you can keep trying immediately, and I think in most cases maybe you'll have to wait like 3 months, or not too sure, before you keep trying again. So it's important. And also, sometimes miscarriage is beyond our control. It's not about what you do or what you don't do. It just happens that it is you can't tell what exactly has caused that miscarriage. And so when you see a doctor, the doctor will be able to either tell you if maybe you have some medical problems, or maybe some hormonal imbalance, there is no helping the fetus to grow, or maybe your body is in that state that is not supporting the pregnancy to grow. So so that is why I'm saying it's important to see your fertility doctor, to tell you these things through test and whatever needs to be done, to know what exactly is happening in your body, because it's not a journey you can go through all alone. So when you have a miscarriage, it's not a time to just bury yourself, keep and thinking it's the end of the world, crying, and don't take a step about it. You need to also take a step about it while you encourage yourself and know that people like us, we've gone through it, and there are some other people that have gone through it before, that are even going through the same thing you are going through present, and that will even still go through it. Why you need to settle that in your mind. Also know that you will still have that, know that is not a stop, and that you will still go on and have a healthy pregnancy. And so when you see your doctor will be able to tell you the things you need to do. If maybe after the test you've done, you need to do away with some things, or you need to start doing some things, or whatever it is your situation is. There are no situations that are the same, although sometimes we have similar situations, but no, sometimes there are situations are not the same. That what I mean is that sometimes your own, maybe something else might have caused your own miscarriage, and another person, something else might have caused her own miscarriage too. Like, so there are no situations that are the same. So that is why it's important that you see a fertility doctor that will be able to guide you through as to what to do, what not to do, when to keep trying, when to stop for now, or things like that. And so I want to encourage you that know that all things also work together for our good. The Bible makes us to understand that it makes all things to work together for our good, and you never can tell. Maybe that's the miscarriage that happened, maybe it's God saving you from a lifetime of challenge, a lifetime of sorrow. Because if God sees what we don't see, He sees ahead. And so maybe if you are able to, if you have not miscarried the pregnancy, maybe the child won't grow properly, and it will be something you have to deal with all through your life. And at the end of the day, the child will even become useless to you, useless to him, his or herself. And so just trust God at that moment, and settle it in your mind that it will eventually work together for your good, because He knows best. So trust God that He knows best, and He will make all things to work out for your good at the end. So when you have this at the back of your mind, it will help you to go through that journey, knowing that it is not the end of life, knowing that when you keep trying, it will still happen. It will happen, and it will even be a good one. So I'm encouraging you that you don't give up. I'm encouraging you that you shouldn't keep things to yourself. Don't stay in the dark. Seek medical help. Very, very important to seek medical help when you've been having miscarriages consecutively. You don't stay at home and just keep trying and thinking maybe it's something you are doing or you are not doing well. Seek medical help. Very, very important. And also sometimes you need to seek knowledge, like gather information on the internet, and see how some people have been able to also go through their own journey, because those things, they come in handy sometimes. Information is very, very key. So if necessary, get information that will also help you through this journey of trying to conceive and miscarrying and the like. Very, very important. And also I also want to say that at this time is not a time to work alone. Is a time to work together with your husband as a team. And it is more devastating if you're going through miscarriage and there is nobody you can talk to. There is nobody that is there to encourage you, and there's nobody that is there to keep telling you that things will be all right. So at that point that you're going through that, you need to work together with your husband. And I'm also talking to men that they also need to work together with their wife at this time. They need to stand with their wives and encourage them, and let them and assure them and let them know that if you can even miscarry in the first place, that means you have the chance of conceiving again. So men, please, this time that your wife is going through this, because a lot of emotion are going on, a lot of emotions, a lot of things going on through her mind, you need to stand by her, talk to her, encourage her, and assure her that things will definitely be alright, and that she's not alone, which is very, very good. When you let her know that she's not alone in this journey, that you are in it together, you support her, you stand by her, you stand for her. Because sometimes when people are passing through issues like this, trying to conceive, having miscarriage, something happened to them from maybe from relative, from in-laws, and so this is the time that you need to stand together and defend each other. It's not a time to, to cast aspersion and think that it's someone that is causing it. Maybe it's your wife or it's the husband that is the cause. It is not the time at all. It is not. It is a time to stay together as couple, to stick together, even more than ever before, and see yourself walk through this journey till you both have a successful pregnancy, because that was how we were able to, go through ours. There was never a time that my husband told me, I'm just grateful to God. I have a very, very supportive husband that from day one that we started having the challenge, it made me realize that we are together in it. Whatever happened, whether it is from me or it's from you, we are both together in it. I am not alone. He is not alone. So that kind of helped us. And so there was never a time that I felt alone in the journey. I never felt lonely all through those periods that I was trying, all through the period that I miscarried, and even the time that I had the pregnancy that I conceived. We walked through it. We were together in it. Days I go to antenatal, sometimes I drive myself, and it comes to pick me, and sometimes it drops me. We're just together in it. And sometimes we go to see the doctor. We go together, to see how the baby. Most of the time we always together to even see after I was able to now conceive. We will always together to see how the baby is doing. Any checkup, most of the time we're always together. So this is a time to work together as a team and also encourage each other. And to my fellow women, going through this situation, please note, as I've said, that it is not the end of the road. I've been through it before, and I can assure you that your life won't end there, and I can assure you that it won't be the first and the last. You will still first and the last. You will still go on, and you'll be able to conceive again, and this time you won't even miscarry it. You will carry it successfully. But please don't forget, you need to seek medical help. You need to also seek information. As they say, information is key. Seek information, because you never can tell. Maybe little thing that you will know, and that will go a long way for you during this process. So, and also don't forget also to work together with your husband work together with your wife work together with your husband. See yourself as a team, and by God's grace, things will happen in God's own time. And so after I had my after I saw my doctor, after I miscarried it, and I had the scan, and my body had totally, the remnants were no longer in my body. So my doctor, I think he told me to, he also encouraged us, and he talked to us that day. And when we left his office, I felt lifted, and I was encouraged, and I knew that I was still going to conceive again. And we went back home, and he gave us instruction, things we need to do, and the lights and the whole. And we kept trying and trying again, and eventually, I think maybe the 4th month, I think it happened the miscarriage happened between maybe ending of July or August, I'm not too sure. And in October, I conceived again. And so we didn't even we didn't even like dwell much on it, on the miscarriage that happened. There was never a time that my husband even allowed me to dwell much on it, as in we put it behind us. So you need to also put it behind you when it happened. Please put it behind you, so that you can face what is ahead, so that you keep trying again, and just look to the brighter side of life and keep trying. And I hope that this video will help you to know that there is hope in any situation you find yourself, most especially when you are dealing with issues like these, issues of miscarriage and issues of trying to conceive. So I hope this video will help you, to let you know that it is a period that has come and that will come to pass. And so don't give up, walk through it. And I want to say here, before I end video, I want to say that if you need to cry, though when my own happened to me, there was never a time I cried. Not like I'm strong, but I don't know, maybe my husband, maybe the way he talked to me and encouraged me, and there was never a time I cried at all. Though I had the negative emotions, I wasn't happy, but there was never a time I cried. I can't remember a time that I said I cried because of this miscarriage. So, but if in your own case you will need to cry to let out the emotions, please cry. Don't bottle things up. If you need to cry, please cry and let out the emotions so that you heal up completely and you just, let it go, put it behind you and just face the future and keep trying. And I'm trusting God for you that you will eventually, it will eventually happen, and this time you won't miscarry it, you will carry it through. And also trust God, because all good things come from God. God is the giver of all good things. So thank you guys. I'll be ending this video here. If this video has been helpful to you, please don't forget, guys, to give it a thumbs up, hit the like button, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you've not subscribed to my channel. And also please feel free to also help me share this video, because sometimes you may not be the one that will need it, but maybe by sharing it, and someone will come across the video that will even need it, more than you, or that will even, speak to them in that particular situation that they are in. And so please don't forget to help me also share this video. As you subscribe, as you like, don't forget to share the video. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.